We have seen how the design of the continuous training, continuous deployment pipeline could look like. This design can guide us in developing the corresponding Python code. That is a Python class made of several methods that will perform the machine learning operations that we need. We can have a quick look at the code we have developed and that we are versioning in a specific GitHub repository created for the pipeline corrosion use case. This will be provided later after the session. So let's go here and let's choose continuous training delivery and let's open our .py file. So here we see our class, and as I said, it is made of several methods. The first methods are for getting the needed credentials and to perform all the needed initializations. In the first part of the script, we create an API client that will be used later to manage all the operations in the iCore instance that we are using. We can recognize several methods, for example, for registering a new artifact or creating a new training configuration, for executing a new training, and also methods for getting the status and the metrics of this training. And then in the second part of the script, we have what concerns the test deployment that we would like to execute in our pipeline. We have methods for creating new serving configurations and starting new deployments. And we have also a specific method for testing the model deployments. The last method is used to switch the model behind the running deployment that we have in our AI core. So this is our final goal. All these steps are based on endpoints available for managing AI core and that we have seen previously in this webinar. So in this folder, you also see that we have a Docker file and also a requirements.txt file. These are ingredients needed to convert this piece of code into a Docker image, the image that will be run by AI Core. As we have seen from the workflow, in order to run this pipeline, this code, we also need to write a declarative configuration file. We have done it and we have put it into this dedicated folder here. So here we have a YAML file for the continuous training, continuous deployment. You can see the structure of this file. Basically, in the first part, we specify the scenario this pipeline belongs to, and this is what you will find inside the AI core and that you can visualize from AI Launchpad. We also specify the name of the corresponding executable. The executable we will have within AI Core. An executable can be thought as the set of all the specifications that instruct AI Core about how to run your code. Here we are defining also some parameters that will be passed to our code. For example, the ID of the running deployment that we would like to update at the end of the pipeline with the new trained model, the threshold to decide if the new training is acceptable or not. And there are also other two parameters because we can basically decide if we want to use for the retraining an existing dataset or a new one. In order to do that, we can pass the ID of an existing dataset or a new path in the S3 bucket that we would like to register. We specify also the artifacts to be used with this pipeline. We need to pass the credentials that are stored also within the same S3 bucket and the test dataset that will be used to test the retrained model and the new deployment. Here we specify the image that should be used. That is the one that will come from the Dockerization of the code we have seen a few minutes ago. We can have a look also at SAP AI Launchpad. For this prototype, we are working here with just one instance. And if we have a look at the scenarios, we can clearly see we have two scenarios, one for the pipeline corrosion machine learning solution, the other one is for the machine learning operations. If we click on it, we can recognize all the executables created for the MLOps. In particular, we can identify the one created for the continuous training, continuous deployment case. So here you see the parameters that we have defined, and also the input artifacts that one needs to provide for this pipeline.